All right, Cody Fletcher with us at the York Extravaganza Racing Show. I can't talk. Brand new race car, back out in 358 division this year. Similar plan from last year, this year from what you did last year.
Yep, I'd say so. We'll run 358s everywhere. The Grove, Lincoln, anywhere else they have them, and then maybe run the 410 here and there when the weather and our work schedule cooperates.
I wanted to ask you about that because last couple of years I've seen you pop up at some 410 shows at BAPS or wherever else, or even some URC stuff. So, what's kind of your school of thought on when you run the 410 or when you jump up and run with not jump up and run with URC, but just you want to, or just the way the schedule falls?
Just the way the schedule falls. It kind of a couple years ago it was like the 358s kind of trailed off in July and August when the big shows come around, so we didn't have anywhere to go, and we were able to get a 410 motor just to kind of play with and try here and there, go to BAPS or Lincoln or Port Royal, different shows here and there, just something to do. And then this last year was tough because just the way though it didn't rain anywhere, it seemed like we were hurting on the farm, but it just would rain out some races and stuff, so it just kind of didn't work out. And
schedule permits. Hey, there's a 410 show. We haven't raced in 2 weeks. No 358s. Let's go, kind of thing. So, your 410 program, is that something you look to expand, or is it just sort of there when you want it?
I think it's right now. It's just there when we want it. We can be competitive in the 358s and enjoy it and have fun, and try to dabble in the 410s a little bit here and there, and just still be able to have fun.
What's you've ran Lincoln Speedway for years now, and that 358 division, and those handicap shows got to be tough. How do you manage go now versus I want to take care of my stuff, but also want to get in that handicap spot to start up front in the feature? How do you manage that week to week, or is it just sort of what happens in front of you, what happens in front of you?
It's pretty much you just got to kind of go and do the best you can. If the car's feeling good, you just run it and hope for the best, and it is what it is. So
I've noticed watching your race car, you like a tight race car. Would that be accurate?
I think so. We've always kind of done that. There's been times where we struggle to get too tight, and just kind of thinking and what we need to do, and you always kind of have to keep it freed up just to be able to move around and be able to pass cars, all over the place.
And I think some of those nights it's good that you are because it works out in your favor at the end of the night. But do you think it ever kind of holds you back early in the night sometimes, where you if you were more free, have more flexibility to move around, or just deal with what you got?
Probably. I think it's that balance between having the car tight enough that it feels good, but it's got to be free, and especially early in the night, especially at Lincoln, it's tough because 3 and 4 is usually pretty heavy and 1 and 2 is not. And then you've just got to be able to move around and go around some cars.
Lincoln's probably one of the more unique tracks that way, where it's very different on each end, even though from, I think the casual onlooker, it's just a racetrack. But the way the sun sets there stays heavy over there. So which end of it do you like better?
It depends. You're going to be better at one spot and not the other. So.
I guess it's good at the end of the night. Just be good, right? It doesn't really matter. Does that carry you throughout the whole night, even to the feature time where it's heavier in 3 and 4? Does that sort of level off as by the time 358s get on the track?
Usually, especially this year, we struggled in 1 and 2 because it got so far up that just you couldn't carry enough speed around and off. Where 3 or 4 you could still run the cushion, but when it gets up there that far against the wall, it makes it tough. And if our car is a little tight where it'll work down in the racetrack, once you get up on that cushion, it makes it a little scary, especially when you're that close to the wall. It's not a whole lot of room for a mistake.
What would you consider your driving style? I don't want to say you compare yourself to anyone, but if you had to say your driving style models this driver, who would you compare your style to?
I'm not sure. The biggest thing, I just try to be smooth and not. I'm not just going to whale it in there and hold it to the floor. I guess don't have that in me. If it feels good, I'll run it hard, but it usually takes me a lap or two to get up to there, and I just try to be smooth and give everybody room. I don't want to lean on anybody or mess somebody else up or hurt them, so I try to go where I can when I can, but make sure I'm going to make it stick.
Also make it out the other side, right? So what are the goals for 2025 from a performance standpoint? Have you guys sat down as a team and talked about that, or is it sort of, hey, we're going to go out and have fun and see where it all falls?
We just try to go out and have fun, do the best we can every night, try to hopefully get to victory lane this year for sure. Stay in the top 10 most nights.
And what's it mean to have your dad with you every week? I see walk through the pits and see him, each week. I watched your dad as a kid, racing, but I'm sure that means a lot. And how's that relationship?
Yeah, it's great. Couldn't ask for anything else. That's what we enjoy doing. It gives us something to do all the time. Even when it's frustrating, we can at least do something through the week and the weekend and have family time together, and kids can come and just something to do and enjoy and have fun doing.
As the season gets going and we don't have rainouts, it can be a lot. There's back-to-backs. There's a lot, I think, back-to-backs, Williams Grove, Lincoln Knights. Do you help as far as the team goes? Do you ever get behind, or you ever feel like, hey, we're just not going to race this weekend, or you just kind of, this is what we do?
There's some sure nights we feel like that, but this is what we do and we try at it, and I'm very lucky to have, crew guys that come and help every week. Jeremy's there all the time, and all the Ethan and Phil and Chad and their families, that let them come through the week and help, and then come on the weekends. It's a big commitment, but luckily, especially when we get busy farming, them guys step up and make sure we can do what we got to do. They got jobs and families and stuff to do, so they give their time and effort and make it happen. So we couldn't do it without them. Yeah,
that support means a lot in that world when it is a lot of work, and especially if you had a bad night or tear up some equipment, have to replace things and rebuild or whatever. So, we'll get you out of here. It's already been it goes by fast. So, thanks some of the sponsors that help you get to the track.
Yeah, we couldn't do without them either. The family and the sponsors, Crest Oil, Cashman's, Smith Titanium, Down Out Racing Engines. I mean, you couldn't have any better people. It's fun to work with, and luckily they're like racing and enjoy helping, and we really appreciate it. And hopefully, if everybody can get there, and a Rocco's Pizza, get out and see them and support the ones that support racing.
Good luck in 2025. Hopefully, I'll get to see you in Victor Lane, take some pictures. Yep. Thanks, man. Appreciate you being here.
Yep, appreciate it. Thank you very much.